So you can see souls? That's a handy talent to have. I know my harvesting would benefit from it. If you're looking to talk to the governor, I might guess you're thinking to go inland. If so, Watcher, will you take me with you? Reckon I'm good with wounds, both inflicting and healing them up. Me and my brethren may not see eye to eye, but they'll all admit I'm sturdier than a weed and just as stubborn. I won't die on you before it's my time. I got an eye for stages, life and death and in between. Like progressing forward, or sometimes backwards. It's all just change happening in different states. Plus, gruesome doesn't bother me.
Guess her skills had something, I suppose.
Sounds like a vote of confidence to me. Well, what's it to be? I know an offer rare as hen's teeth when I hear it. Yeah, I'm taking it. You won't regret this.
Hey.
At least take care, child. Come back to us in one piece. If not for my sake, then Samhain's.
So don't tell her. What the High Priestess doesn't know won't hurt her.
The children of the Dawn Stars. I wondered if we'd run into them down here. There's someone I used to know. Just an old friend. Came out here to settle with them last I heard. Maybe we should ask around. See if she's still out here. Might be she can help us.
Just a friend, huh?
Oh, well, both grew up in Gilded Vale, same temple. All right. We used to, you know. She was real loud, too. Used to have to cover her mouth or she'd get the dog howling in the next room. I knew you'd understand. You're gonna like her. I got a good feeling. Yeah?
Hoo-wee! About time we took a breather. My feet are blistered something fierce. Tell me what's on your mind. We talking during the Saints' War or after he died? Well, before he died, he was still Aethys as the majority of my brethren know him. Aethys embodied a human, and when that human got blown to bits, we all believed Aethys died. And I think a part of him did, the part he'd most closely woven into living flesh, the part that represented life and rebirth after death. Which means the part of him that could have survived, that stormed across the Deadfire seas, was the side more aligned with obsidian, rot, and falling away. That which is death. I really only know what my folks taught me. Aethys embodied Saint Widwin, but during the war, he got blown to bits. That's the thing about human bodies. Eventually, they all gotta die. As the god of rebirth, of course, Aethys would be coming back. But where I differ from my family's view, and my High Priestess's view, is that I've studied the apotheosis of Gone. And I know all about the backside, the downward swoop, the death part of the cycle of life. Obsidian, rot, regrowth. What's gone can never be again. What comes back is changed, always. Even if what comes back is a god. Then you mean gone? Sure, maybe my god still answers to Aethys as well. Why not? But Aethys died, and death requires change. He ain't what he was. Not in exactly the same way. That's why I think his other aspect, his darkness in the light, is what's burning brighter in him now. No need to fiddle-foot around. I'm listening. Reckon not. But I can't help but be a touch wayward. I don't take it too far. My ma caught me once necking in the murkberry stalks. And of course I fight. But I've not done much more than that. And I don't use the real ugly words. Sometimes the feelings, they just come tumbling right out of me. Gods darn it. Sure thing, Watcher.
You watch over her, you hear? That's one of ours whose fate you've taken into your hands.
For God's sake, I don't need Nanny in Wanglith. I've reaped more with my 2 hands than you'll dream in a lifetime.
And you've pride in that? Do you see why she needs guarding? You must shield her light. Do not let her lose it or her life. Do you seek a blessing from the light? If it's a fellow missionary you seek, then you might talk with Nordegand at the temple in Neketaka. She's been around a while, knows more of us than most anyone else.
Well, don't worry about it then.
It's not right. I came here on the first ship. Why does an islander get paid the same as I?
They're bigger than you, and they haul cargo without whining about it.
It's not right.
Happily.
Per Complanca, don't tell me you're here to complain too. Devirus, are they recruiting right off of the docks? You would think the Juana were storming the Kraken's Eye as we speak. A fight, Mestra. One of the Juana women attacked a merchant. He has come out the worse for it. Now every Nasanali in town wets himself in terror of losing his coin to the Aumaua. We would bring in the thief, but Clario would not have us march into the village and defend Ikawa. Much longer, and I do not think any of us will have a choice in the matter. If you wanted the details of it, speak to Rinko himself. He will delight in telling you the tale.
Can I try your mask on? I'm keeping Papa company till he's better. Mama brings me stuff from her work sometimes. Real old stuff.
Who's there? Tori, is that you? Wait, who are you?
You look like you already got a foot in the grave.
What is this? Why is one of the godlike in my house? Iswana. They are an unreasonable people. I was enjoying a night of cards when one of them attacked me, out of nowhere. I had not spoken a word to her, the mad devil. Look what she did to me, my ear. When the fighting is over, she takes my coin purse and strides away, bold as anything. Well, clearly you have more compassion than the host of cackling fools that watched the whole thing. The governor lets the Juana do as they please, and this is the result. I should be out there, helping to find our people. My wife, Zenetta, she is out there, and Listen, I am without other means. She took my coin purse, my wages. How am I to pay the governor? How am I to feed my son? That woman should be in the stocks. The guards do nothing. But you've heard me out at least. Do me the kindness of retrieving that coin purse, and I will give you what I can spare. They call her Mokeha. I imagine she is back in her village, feeling proud of herself, no doubt. Follow the road as it bends north, then west. You can't miss it. A pile of sticks and straw.
Dimming the lantern.
what marvelous carvings!
Oh, yes. This one is many centuries old. Blessed by Ngati herself.
Magnificent!
Ado, begging your pardon for the mess, miss. We are still recovering from the storm. We have supplies here for the paying customer. Provisions for the road, perhaps? Have a look.
course.
I'll try my best. Hope that helps.
Yes, there you are. As governor and under the auspices of the Valiant Trading Company, please allow me to officially welcome you to Port March.
I'd like to say the pleasure's all mine, but I try not to lie. Don't worry, I'm only here on account of her.
Of course. I see you've been as quick to involve yourself as ever. Quite the event, receiving one of the godlike in our little town. Perhaps it will take the people's minds off recent events. Apologies for that little drama outside. These are confusing times, and people often react poorly to uncertainty. Between the storm, the pirates, and the, well, certain strange events, we are all a little on edge. A few, well, quite a few people here in Port March claim to have seen a giant of some kind during the storm. I would call it a flight of fancy, but unless something has tainted every well in the region, I do not think it can be ignored. But then, the Deadfire is a land full of such things. You must have heard the stories. You'll find good company among the Dawn Stars here in town. They have all manner of theories concerning the behemoth. Now, to the matter of your ship. You're stranded, are you? It was a rough landing by all reports. Unfortunately, our own ships are in no condition to sail. We've had dealings with the pirates ourselves. They've taken their share of supply ships. The storm saw to those berthed in the harbor. All that said, I believe I may have a solution, provided you're willing to help me in turn. Indeed, which means I can spare you, whereas I cannot spare the guards. I have the guards on the lookout for pirate vessels looking to take advantage of whatever damage the storm caused. We've cannons enough to see them off, but I need every man ready to use them. There is a site of some considerable value elsewhere on the island. A value to the trading company, you understand. In point of fact, it's the very reason any of us are here. You're familiar with the luminous Adra trade? It's also quite valuable. When refined, it sells for considerable sums. The trading company has invested a lot of time and money into locating sites suitable for mining and processing. How indeed. That, I'm afraid, will remain a trade secret. We, and I hope you understand that these matters require some discretion, have one such outpost on the other side of the island. A successful venture up until very recently. We sought to improve the refinement process. To that end, we hired some of the brightest minds in the field of animancy and brought them out here to lend their expertise. And then one evening, a storm rolls in out of nowhere, and my scouts begin to report that a giant has marched its way across the island towards my dig site. What am I to make of that? We haven't heard from Mestre Odorisi since, nor any of his assistants, or the workers. I must know what has happened. If Odorisi, if his work is lost, then everything that we have worked for is at risk. Which is where you come in. You need a ship, I need information. See to this for me, and I'll set half the town to work. We'll patch up your ship, and you'll be free to go on your way.
I told you what happened, but you wouldn't listen to me. We could have prepared for this level of destruction. But what do I know? I'm just a priestess with prophetic dreams.
The Huana storm speakers should have kept the worst of the weather at bay. I can't imagine what else might have happened. There are wild beasts on the island, but they wouldn't have attacked an active dig site. Why, take his report on the situation and remind him that he's under certain contractual obligations. And relay my deep relief at his good health, of course. Well, if Aothis happens to strike down the council, perhaps then I will have time to spare for him. Do not, please do not repeat that. We each have our debts. Whatever you believe is going on, you can see it for yourself. That is precisely what I want. Gillard, then we are agreed. I will assign men to keep watch over your ship. You will find the dig site on the eastern side of the island. I'll mark it on your map here.
You'll do it for the Watcher, but not for me? I'll see how it is.
Yes. Why wouldn't I want a pack of Dawn Stars crawling over my Adra mine in search of their lost deity? One more thing. If you should recover Odorisi's notes, know that they would be of great value to me. What can I do for you? Certainly. It may not have the grandeur of Ostia or Enchenze, but I am proud of what we have created here. We've established strong supply lines, and our research rivals any performed in the Republics on better days. Scouts reported finding Ingwithan ruins along with a promising Adra vein, and the locals were welcoming enough. Any venture of this size is difficult. Even so, the hard part was not convincing people to join us, but weeding out undesirable individuals. We lowered our standards in the end. Not long ago, the whole archipelago was beneath notice, a place of warring tribes and grotesque sea beasts. Now, it seems every ruler on Aurora wants an island of their own. The lands here belong to the Huana, for now. If you ask the Royal Deadfire Company, that will not last. dispatched by the Ranganui of Rawatai himself. That would be their emperor or king, perhaps. Not long ago, the lands here belonged to the Huana, for now. If you ask the Royal Deadfire Company, well, we are not here to rule. We will be here so long as it benefits the republics. War does not benefit the republics, for the moment. They keep to themselves for the most part. We have little reason to interfere, and any Huana willing to work are paid for it. We get a few of those. Perhaps village life is too simple for them. They say things are very different under Queen Onekaza II. She has unified many of the Huana under her banner. Ikawa is one of the last holdouts. It works fine for our purposes. She is easier to negotiate with. If you have any questions at all, really, at your pleasure. Yes? Something you need? Certainly. It may not have the grip. If you have any questions at all,
Hello, my lord.
Gather your party before venturing forth.
You think it's smart, giving the Juan all these guns?
Why not?
Well, just... they might use them?
On each other, most likely.
Have you ever seen anyone cast like that?
Sure. A weather mage is a useful person to have on a crew.
But to tame a storm? That Juana woman frightens me.
Sorry, we haven't any rooms for you. Guessing you're the one came in off that shipwreck down south. Not sure if that's good luck or bad, but here, I figure you deserve a drink. We're full up. You aren't the first outsider to turn up looking for a place to stay after their ride off the island ended up at the bottom of the sea. Well, tell you what. I've got one room or two have been cleared out by now. Only the occupants decided to outstay his welcome. Real trouble is, he hasn't settled his bill. He's a merchant captain by the name of Galleon. I've given him a fair chance, but he's been a right prick about the whole thing. I've got a spare key here. You chase him and his pals off, and the room's yours. At a discount. Ah, well. He's a prat, but he's not so tough. Smack him around if it comes down to it. But I figure a few sharp words ought to do the trick. I appreciate it, truly. I'll have someone tidy the place up for you once you're through. Chances are they've spilled ale just about everywhere. I don't want the man dead, and that's not what I'm paying for. Just see him on his way and we'll call it done.
How does it work?
You inhale. It isn't complicated. Ha! Maybe I was wrong.
Just a moment, please. Indeed.
Don't remember ordering more drinks.
Galleon's working his way through every drink on offer. Idiot. Looks like the sea's belching up all sorts these days. Galleon's working his way through every drink on offer. Idiot.
Thought I'd locked that thing. Blazes. I was going to say you wandered into the wrong room, but by the look of things, it runs in the family. Try not to slam the door on your way out, yeah? My head's going to pieces. Now, that's not nice. Things were real comfortable up until you turned up. Did Thorol put you up to this? You really want to get your teeth kicked in on his behalf? Get out of here before you regret it. The governor's got all his guards on high alert, staving off the pirates. So if anyone's going to be doing the throwing, it's going to have to be you. How about it, mate? Yeah, okay. I'm done. Come on, you lot. The crew of the Peregrine sails for brighter shores.
Ah, a new face. You've heard, of course, that Norgund remains the most reliable and discreet supplier of mostly legitimate wares. Are you looking for something in particular? I am an honest merchant, madam, but I confess that the tools I supply have an unjustly sinister reputation. How my clients decide to use these items is not my responsibility, after all.
Hmm?
Happy to oblige.
Yeah?
I'm here.
A weather mage is a useful person to have on a crew.
But to tame a storm? That Juana
Still
woman
kicking, eh?
frightens me.
What'll it be? Mokeho? That'll be the Juana the poor fool got into a dust-up with, I expect. Yeah, I saw it. Made a real mess, they did. The two of them were having a game of cards, far as I could see. Guess things between them soured in a hurry. I kicked the Juana out, had a few men carry what was left of Rinko home. Well, no more than most. He's a hard man to like, let's say. Came here with the wife, an animancer, one of Odorisi's lot. The governor could tell you more there. Well, yeah. Think maybe Rinko wasn't expecting one of the Juana to know the game so well. He looked real nervous by the end. Could have been anything. Rinko doesn't know when to quit talking, and some of those Juana are real serious types. As far as I'm concerned, we owe the Storm Speaker for keeping the town in one piece. Don't mean I'd invite her people over for tea. Sure. Just hope you don't mean to dredge anything up again. Leave the feuding for the Blue Bloods. What else? It was the glory of my fighting years. The beast pulled nearly 7 full crews into its belly before it was brought down. I was at the helm that day, and for that, my captain gifted me one of the beast's eyes. My proudest moment and my dearest treasure. I would not part with it for all the world. Guess you haven't exactly seen the prettier side of the place since you landed, right? It's the only town on the island, if you don't count Sarahuzi, little Juana village out west. Really is a decent place most days. Good trade, and plenty of money rolling in from Claudio's investors. Damn sight quieter than back home, but I don't have to tell you about the Deerwood. Ain't right doing business sober. I could fix that for you. Folks come by here all the time hunting for work. Let's see who we can scrounge up. Still kicking, eh? What'll it be? Not much point to that without a ship. Come by when you've got work to offer and we'll figure something out. Hey, good work. Times like these, I can't afford to keep on anyone who can't pay their tab. The second word got around, I'd have every pauper in the city on my doorstep. The room's yours if you want it, and for a job well done, here's your pay.
These dawn stars drive me mad. Every morning the same.
I wish they'd stayed in Red Ceres.
Fresh
Race you
fish!
to the coral.
No contest.
What? Just
I have
because you
many
have
fish
webbed
here to
fingers
trade.
and I can't swim?
I caught them myself.
You are a strange man.